Okay, what we're going to do here is make some pork loin chops into crumbed pork schnitzels. Now, why I like using the loin chop with the bone, and the bone I believe adds lots more flavour. So what I'm going to do is actually take each one of these and bash them out and make them into schnitzels. So, real technical piece of equipment here. Plastic chopping bag. Pork chop goes in. Commence bashing. I'm not bashing the bone, obviously, I'm just bashing the meat that's off it. Here we are, halfway through. And keep bashing. Do not get your finger between the hammer and the meat. Deadly mistake. Right, you just feel with your hands, see if it's fairly even. That's good enough for me. Now, before I show you that, I'll show you what it looked like before I started bashing out. So that's just a pork loin chop, bit of fat. Now you don't need to have the fat. I like the fat. So that's, like I say, it's quite a thick pork chop. This is what it looks like after you've beaten it out. Fat's all squashed out. Like I say, you don't need to have that bit of fat. You can even cut it off if you like. Alright, you can cut that off. But now we're going to egg and breadcrumb this. So just give me a second and I'll show you. Okay, what I've got there now is just, like I say, the pork chop all bashed out. And I'm going to egg and breadcrumb them. There was a little bit of extra rind that was on there that I didn't like, so I did cut that off. But basically a little bit of fat, it's not going to kill you. So we need to have the egg and the breadcrumb. You can probably see how that works. What we're going to do is simply get your hands a little bit sticky. We're coating it with egg, even up to the bone. That's fine. Let's try to get the excess off. And we're going to crumb these. Trust me, they're going to be absolutely delicious. So I'll probably do this 4 or 5 times either side, just kneading the breadcrumbs into it. Some people will let these cool down in the fridge for another half an hour and then they'll repeat the process, so they have a really thick layer of crumbs. I like just the one layer, that's cool. That's good. As you can see, it's just covered in breadcrumbs. So that's one. Let's do the next one. Some people don't like pork, that's okay. Some people don't like fish. You can do the same thing with fish if you like, except you don't have to bash fish out. Just cut it into the fillet size you like. And then repeat this. You do this with chicken. You don't have to have breadcrumbs, but to me this is like a schnitzel. It just tastes absolutely beautiful when it's cooked. And we're going to have chips. Pork schnitzel for dinner. Something really simple, delicious. You don't need a lot of ingredients in meals, as long as the ingredients are tasty. It's good. That one's just about done. Again, a bit of breadcrumbs on the actual bone because that's got a bit of egg on it as well. That'll crisp up. Not that you're going to eat the bone, but you can nibble it near the end. Okay, I'm happy with that. Now we'll do the last one. Now I used 2 eggs for these 3 fairly large pork chops. 1 wouldn't have been enough, and 2 is probably just a little bit too much. All good though. Okay, just repeating the same process. And I might get drowned out shortly because we're in the middle of another Antarctic front coming through, nice and cold and wet. A bit of light hail. It's all good, need the rain. Nearly finished. Try and get into every little crevice so you can bread it. And we're pretty close. Looks pretty good to me. Can you use these breadcrumbs again? No, it's had raw meat in it. Might give these to the birds actually. Alright. What we've got now is 3 breaded big pork chops, which I'm going to now cook, and then I'm going to devour with some chips. So I'll be right back. Okay, I can't do anything about the weather, unfortunately, because we're getting squalls coming in, but I'm pretty sure you'll see. When I started the little burner up, it's on about medium high. It's not high, it's medium high. There's about just over 1/4 inch of oil in there. Just pinched a bit of breadcrumbs. Not hot enough yet. I wanted to show that on purpose because a lot of people will start frying too early. And what happens then is that whatever you're cooking just soaks up the oil. When you fry, or you shallow fry like this, or even when you deep fry, you want the oil at the right temperature. So when it cooks, it doesn't soak up the oil, it literally coats the outside and crisps it up. That's what we want. So we're not too far away. I'm just going to go and get a beer because it's very important. I need to concentrate. Right, I'm back. Is it essential to have a beer while you're cooking? No, but it doesn't hurt. Alright, let's get another little bit of breadcrumb meat. Tear it off, put it in the middle. You can see that's starting to sizzle. Heading towards the outer of the pan, which tells me we're pretty close. Better just have a couple of guzzles of beer. And then we'll put the meat in. That's good. Alright. Now if you're not sure again, you can still check. Try and lay food away from you if you can. So as this hits the pan, we want to see a bit of a sizzle. And that's what we're getting. So these probably are about 9-10 inches across by about 4.5, 5. That's a pretty big schnitzel. It's going to take about 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes on each side, and then you turn it, and if you think it needs a bit more cooking, just turn it again until you're ready. We've got the chips cooking up so they won't be too far away. The whole process of doing schnitzel doesn't take that long at all. So I'll see if it's probably a bit early to turn. But let's do it anyway so you can see. You see when that's hit the pan, it started to cook and crisp. So it's not soaking up a lot of oil. Let me get all these cooked and then I'll show you when that's done. Oh, and I'll probably have a couple of beers while I'm waiting. And we'll have a little bit of a green salad with that, and that's dinner.